Most photographers waste thousands on gear they'll never use. They get hung up on specs, megapixels, and which brand is better, when the real question is simple. What gets you more shots, faster turnarounds, and more profit? Here's the deal. You don't need a $10,000 camera body to shoot professional real estate in 2026. You need something that gets you into homes faster, shoots room cleanly, and gets you out the door for the next shoot. In this video, I'm breaking down the exact cameras that actually move the needle for your business. I'm talking budget setups that crush it, mid-tier workhorses that pay for themselves in weeks, and why that shiny $10,000 flagship is probably overkill. By the end, you'll know exactly which system to start with and why most real estate photographers waste money on features that don't earn them a single dollar. Here's the deal. If you're just starting out, skip the $2,500 full frame camera only setup. Start with a Canon R50. It's $600. Awesome deal. Pair it with a 10 to 18 f4.5 to 6.3 lens. That lens, $250, and you have a cheap setup. Well under $1,000 and you're off to the races. You need a tripod? Get a $100 tripod. Nowadays, that's perfect. The image quality is actually incredible. 24 megapixels, super reliable autofocus, and Canon's color science looks great straight out of the camera. You want to know the secret? You can shoot 50 homes a week with this setup and your clients won't notice a single difference from a full frame camera. The only thing you're losing out is battery life. Yeah, for those marathon days, just get another battery. Much cheaper than buying full frame and expensive glass. This is the smartest way to start before you invest in expensive full frame gear. But seriously, you don't want to skip out on the full frame. Full frame is your bread and butter. Okay, so you're ready to go full frame. Smart move. Here's what you need to know. All of these cameras that I'm about to show you shoot full frame. They support 3-frame bracketing. That's -2, 0, and +2, which is highly preferred now for bracketing or HDR interiors. The full frame cameras we have now, they handle low light interiors like a boss. But one of them just changed the game in January of 2026. Let's start with the one I use, and I love, and I've been using it since it came out. That's the Sony A7 IV. This is a workhorse that's been crushing it for years. 33 megapixels, excellent dynamic range, rock solid bracketing that never fails. And Sony's lens ecosystem is massive. You got Sigma and Tamron that are also incredible third-party lenses that cost less than the native Sony glass. The Sigma 14 to 24 f2.8 is a total game changer. I love this lens. For the money you pay and what you get out of it is perfect. You get the maximum width for tight interiors, fast aperture for low light, sharp corner to corner f8. So what's the downside with going with a Sony A7 IV? Well, it's the menu and taking the time to learn. But once you have the menu tweaked, you rarely change it. You just have it set and go, and you're shooting away. The Sony A7 IV has been a rock for years, but Sony just dropped the A7 V in January 26, and honestly, it's the new standard. Here's why this matters. 7.5 stop in-body image stabilization. Over 7 stops. That's amazing. I am shooting handheld now, no tripod, and that works amazingly well to nail sharp shots every time. Pair that with the AI-driven autofocus and your auto HDR processing the back end, and you've got 3-shot image brackets that are perfect every time. Your turnaround time drops dramatically. Interior shots that used to take 10 minutes now take 2. That's not a small thing. That's money in the bank. I'm a big Sony fan. They've been with me for a few years, so that's why I'm starting with Sony here. But they're not the only player on the block. The other 2 big players, Canon and Nikon. So what does Canon have to offer? The Canon R6 Mark II is user-friendly option, fastest and most accurate autofocus of the bunch, easiest menu system ever, best color straight out of the camera, and less editing needed. Dual cards for backups, same as the Sony's. Biggest trade-off? It costs you a little less than a Sony actually. And the lens choices? Well, you've got tons of RF lenses that are wide angle that take your pick. Whether you like to go wide with a 12 or 14mm start at, or if you like the 16 to 35 range. Lots of options for lenses, and the R6, amazing camera. Next, from Nikon, we have the Z6 version 3. It has the best dynamic range of the bunch, fastest burst rate speeds at bracketing, and exceptional build quality. Same price as the A7 IV, but less lens choices than Sony or Canon would have. Battery life, a little shorter than the other cameras, but still good. Again, depends on when you're shooting a day. Most people only can do 3 or 5, honestly, so that battery should handle a full day shoot. No no matter what camera you pick. So here's my recommendation. If you're shooting handheld HDR, now I gotta be honest, if you're not doing it for interiors yet, you have to really look into it and change. This is where it is in 2026. So handheld HDR is the bread and butter. So what's important? In-body image stabilization, a fast lens. My recommendation right now in 2026, if you're buying new, go with the A7 IV or A7 V. They're both out there. You're paying about $1,000 more for the 5, but more image stabilization. If you're a Canon person, the R6 Mark II is a perfect. And Nikon, go with the Z6 version 3. None of these will limit your business. Pick the best one that fits your workflow. So here's the takeaway. Don't overthink this. The camera doesn't make your business. Your workflow, speed, and client service does. Whether you go with a budget Canon R50 or a full frame A7 V, you've got everything you need to shoot professional real estate and hit those profit margins. The real money isn't in the gear, it's in the shooting. It's shooting faster, having awesome turnarounds, and deliverables that are quicker than the competition. That keeps you booking more clients, keeping you busy, and putting money in your bank account. So pick one of these systems, master it for a month, then move on what actually matters. Getting clients, serving them incredibly, and scaling your business. So if this video helped you narrow down your decision, please hit the like button and subscribe for more real estate photography content that actually is about business, not about pretty pictures. Let me know what camera you prefer, what lens you prefer. We'd love to hear from the community. Do you have a favorite camera? Honestly, they're all going to be awesome. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.